It's the day after Christmas, December 26th of 2024. Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Smith, along with Aaron Glandon for the post-Christmas wrap-up. Wrap-up, get it?
I do get it.
I'm quick today, folks. Hopefully you had a great Christmas day.
I did. I had a fantastic Christmas.
Now, is today what they call Boxing Day in Canada or England or something like that?
Yeah, I think everybody except us calls it that. It's I think it's when you return the stuff you don't want.
We just call it Return Day, yeah. My wife dropped me off this morning. She is running an errand, and she's going to come back and pick me up. But I was curious to see if Bridge Street traffic northbound was crazy when we came in. It was not bad yet, but I imagine this afternoon it'll look like people are Christmas shopping again.
Yeah.
Taking a lot of their gifts back. But hopefully everything went well in your household or wherever you're watching us from today on Christmas Day. Now we're all gearing up towards New Year's Eve, and we have a story that we'll be telling you about here in just a little bit that talks a little bit about that. But the weather, you might think it's closer to springtime before we're done. Cloudy and warmer today through Monday, at least through Monday. Highs expected in the 50s. I think they're even talking about a possible 60-degree temperature early next week. But rain is also in the forecast. I think we are pausing on the showers for the rest of today, but it'll start up again tomorrow and be on and off through the weekend. So a little mild weather for us as we wrap up 2024. When we come back, our news topics for the day, all ahead on Litter Media Live. Scioto Valley Dumpsters, they are interested in helping you out with placing an orange barrel on your property for a day, a week, couple of weeks, whatever the case may be, to get rid of some of that junk. Maybe you have a lot of old stuff that you're trying to get rid of with the new Christmas gifts, replacing all of that stuff. A dumpster is a handy thing to have in such a matter, and the good news is they take it away for you. Give them a call for a free estimate at 253-8389, Scioto Valley Dumpsters.
I'm a busy woman, and I'm not ready to slow down.
Tiffany's hip pain was interfering with her career and active lifestyle until she came to the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute.
Dr. Meshbach told me about same-day surgery. I said, I want it now, and I wanted it yesterday.
After a successful procedure, Tiffany was home the very same day and on her way back to enjoying the community she calls home. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
And we'll be announcing our athlete of this week at the end of our sportscast here coming up in just a little bit. And now, the topics for today.
The topics. I traveled to Lancaster last week and spoke to Jeanette Haberfield of Visit Fairfield County, and she told me all about Lancaster's Glass Town Countdown, their New Year's Eve event. And as you can see here, if you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube later in the day, they have this giant ball. It's 500 pounds, she told me.
Wow.
And it's covered with glass-blown ornaments. Some of them the community made themselves. Others are purchased from the Ohio Glass Museum. And they're going to raise that into the air at midnight on New Year's Eve. That'll be in Zane Square in downtown Lancaster.
And this thing's lit up.
Yes, it's lit up from the inside.
Yeah.
That event starts at 10 p.m., but the shops in the downtown will be open all day.
And you can find our website store, littermedia.com, and Aaron also has that up on YouTube.
Yes, it is up on YouTube. And while I was there, I spoke to Paul Bell of the Ohio Glass Museum, and he showed me the process that it's like to make one of these ornaments. Really fascinating stuff, and you can find that in that video as well.
And that's blown glass.
Yes.
That's the thing that amazed me. I think with the story we did a year or two ago, it was just a picture of the orb lit up, but with the lights off, you can make a little bit more detail out of, oh, that's blown glass. So
the furnace that they use is 2,300 degrees.
Whoa.
He was walking around with like a piece of lava on a stick, like just putting it in the different furnaces and cooling it and making the colors shine. It was very fascinating.
Neat feature. Check that out on our Litter Media YouTube as Aaron took that trip over to the Glass City here just about a week ago. Big Brothers Big Sisters of South Central Ohio is sharing their success numbers for the year 2024. And among the numbers, 667 youth served during the year. Community-based littles totaled 120, and school-based bigs and littles totaled 547. Big Brothers Big Sisters also show that they had 8,152 hours of mentoring during the year, which is time invested by staff, volunteers to impact the lives of area youth. And remember, Big Brothers Big Sisters of South Central Ohio serves several counties in our area. You can learn more about all of that on our website story at littermedia.com.
Don't miss the Kids Nature Zone Trail of Lights, open until the end of year at Buzzard's Roost Kids Nature Zone Trail and Story Walk. Open daily until 8 p.m. and other trails remain closed at dusk. This is at 514 Redburn Lane in Chillicothe. The trail has been a bit muddy, so be sure to pack appropriate boots, warm gear, and flashlights. This is their first year doing this, so be sure to pass along any ideas to the Ross County Park District for next year.
So for those looking at this picture on social media, you can see it, but for our Litter Media radio audience, that's a trail that's lit up, but it looks like it's a bridge.
They have a bridge on the Kids Nature Zone Trail. Because it comes from the A-frame. You've been to Buzzard Roost. It goes from the A-frame at the top of Buzzard Roost down to the parking lot. So if you're going to go on one of the main trails that start at the A-frame, you can take the Kids Nature Zone Trail up to that area. And that is what will be lit up all along the walkway.
That's neat. Kind of goes back through the trees, meandering back, almost like a serpent shape there. So check that out.
At one point, they had a tire swing on that trail. I know they have a seesaw on it, but a lot of fun stuff for the kids on that trail.
Out. And again, that is open. We focus so much about the Christmas lights, but this is also something that's kind of out in the Buzzard Roost area. But again, this is open as far as the lights at night through the end of this calendar year. Speaking of New Year's Eve, if you and the kids are unable to stay up until midnight on New Year's Eve, don't worry about that. They've got something that's more maybe family-friendly for the youngsters. Bring the family to the Chillicothe Ross Main Library Annex B at 140 South Paint Street in Chillicothe on December the 30th, not 31st, but the 30th at 11 a.m. You can celebrate with fun games, good snacks, and a countdown to noon. This might be something that's more appropriate for somebody old like me.
Yeah.
Till noon on December the 30th. But it's kind of like pretending it's midnight, but it's only going to be noon.
Right.
Check that out.
Have you ever enjoyed some good old-fashioned maple syrup and been interested in learning how to make your own? If so, this is the opportunity to learn all about the making maple syrup from your backyard or your woodland. This program is offered on January 24th at Canter's Cave 4-H camp near Jackson and will include the opportunity to see and practice tapping. If you would like to learn more about backyard maple production and learning to make maple syrup at home, please join in on January 24th for a day in the woods and Ohio Woodland Stewards program at Canter's Cave 4-H camp.
I think I've been where I've seen trees tapped only once. And it looked like that they weren't producing sap anymore.
Right.
But it was something that had been done, like years ago. But yeah, if you like your maple syrup, that's still how they get it, the old-fashioned way, by tapping into those trees. But that'll be a fun event on January 24th at Canter's Cave, so you can see how all of that is done. When we come back, a very short list of sports items to pass along to you since it's the Christmas holiday. All that ahead on Litter Media Live.
First, we want to tell you about Haynes Total Healthcare Center. They're celebrating 50 years of serving the chiropractic, physical therapy, and nutritional needs of the community. Click on this ad anywhere you see it on littermedia.com, and it will take you right to their website to learn more. HaynesHealth.com.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
All right, back at it. Not really anything to tell you about as far as high school sports, because obviously there was nothing on Christmas Day. There was nothing on Christmas Eve. And there's really no high school basketball games in our immediate area tonight, not until Friday night. I think Belpre has a girls' game tonight, but not in our immediate area. So Litter Media Radio's Game of the Week this Friday at the Brad Morris Classic. It's the last of 4 games that will be played Friday at Westfall High School. Boys basketball, Circleville at Westfall. The game is scheduled around 7:30, but remember, with 3 games ahead of it, 7:30 might not be the time. It could be early, could be later, because of the possibility of continuous clock in the second half of the earlier games. It actually could be earlier than 7:30. So be tuned in somewhere around 7 o'clock or so. Yours truly and BJ Daly will be there with the play-by-play call. Aaron Glandon will be there getting some photography work in for our website story and gallery later during the evening. But again, Litter Media Radio, Game of the Week, Circleville at Westfall tomorrow night.
The NFL had some games yesterday.
Yes, sir.
And they were on Netflix. The Ravens beat the Texans 31-2, and the Chiefs beat the Steelers 29-10.
When I saw this score, I had to do a double take because I thought, is that a misprint? But obviously the Texans picked up a safety.
Did you know that it's possible for a team to end a game with 1 point in the NFL?
I heard this from someone several months back, but I can't remember how it happens.
There's a 1 point safety that can happen on extra point attempts. If the team that is kicking the PAT is tackled in their own end zone. So if the ball goes back the whole field, they recover it and they're downed in their own end zone, the other team is awarded 1 point.
I wonder, I can't imagine that's ever happened.
I think it's happened in college. I don't think it's ever happened in the NFL.
But if you block a PAT attempt and run it all the way back, that team gets 2 points.
2
correct?
points, yes.
And I have seen that happen on occasion. Yeah. By the way, there were 5 NBA games played yesterday. The Cavs don't play until Friday night, but the Lakers won a last-minute game, last-second shot over the Warriors, and the Celtics, the world champs, lost to the 76ers by 4 points. The Neil Coleman Wyandotte Mutual Insurance Athlete of the Week, brought to you by Homeland Credit Union, is Huntington senior wrestler Alex Brennesser, who recorded his 100th high school career win a couple of weeks back at the Warren High School Invitational. Alex was also among the winners at last week's Mark Depew Holiday Classic, and this photo is credit of Carla Depew, K. Depew Photography. Thank you very much, Carla, for that picture, and congratulations to Alex on win number 100. And that is a very brief post-Christmas look at sports. When we come back, we're going to the battlefield on this date in 1944. All ahead on Litter Media Live.
Litter Quality Propane. There's no bill when there's a fill. Contact Litter Propane today about our metered gas service at litterpropane.com.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor for more than 4 decades, serving not only the Scioto Valley, but much wider scope now. Western Ohio, Southern Ohio, Eastern Ohio, up into the Columbus area, whether it's residential or business needs, give Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing a call. And folks, these guys are great at service after the sale. You want to say hi to Grandma's?
Hi, Grandma Joyce. Thank you for watching. I hope you had a great Christmas.
And you know your Grandma Ruth will be watching later,
yeah, of
so
course.
you don't want to forget her.
And hi, Foofy.
Yes, sir. And your mom always watches. She told me how she watches.
Yeah, she watches.
Okay. 1944, on this date, General George Patton employs an audacious strategy to relieve the besieged Allied defenders at Bastogne, Belgium, during the brutal Battle of the Bulge. General Patton employing a complex and quick-witted strategy wherein he literally wheeled his Third Army a sharp 90 degrees in a counter-thrust movement. Patton broke through the German lines and entered Bastogne, relieving the valiant defenders and ultimately pushed the Germans back across the Rhine River. And this was basically the beginning of the end. Actually, the Germans were pretty much boxed up. Everybody was predicting that World War II in Europe would end by Christmas, but the Battle of the Bulge extended things and precarious for the Allied troops for a while. But as we said, now the guys that were at Bastogne would tell you, Patton didn't save us. We were just going to work our way out of it.
Yeah.
So, but I know they were probably pretty glad to see General Patton come to the rescue on this date in 1944. Tomorrow will be our last show for the week. By the way, Dan Ramey is on R&R this week, and Dan will be back with us on Tuesday, the 31st, which is, of course, New Year's Eve.
Right.
Now that Christmas is behind you, by the way, can you show us or tell us what you got for Christmas?
My fiance got me a shirt with pictures of my cat on it, and it says his name, Chuck, across the top. It's really great.
Is there a picture on the back too?
No, there's no picture on the back.
I thought maybe the front view would be Chuck's face and the back would be his tail or something like that. Oh,
no. That would be no good.
Yeah. Our daughter's cats, they're not happy. Mama's away. So you ever notice the cats can get kind of off their feed when their masters aren't around for a while?
Because we went to Kenzie's parents on Tuesday, Christmas Eve, and so I left him with some extra food, and then when I got back in the evening on Christmas, he was meowing like I've never heard him meow before.
Yeah. Sometimes they won't eat when their masters aren't there, and they're depressed or upset or, why haven't you been petting me?
Yeah.
I noticed one of the two cats that she had this morning as Laura and I went out there. It's like she keeps rubbing her head up against the chair. It's like, if you guys aren't going to pet me, I'm going to have to use the chair for that. So, oh well. They're like people in some ways. They want attention. That'll wrap it up for our Thursday show. Again, we'll be back to wrap up the week tomorrow for our 11 o'clock regular daily show live on Litter Media Facebook. And, of course, you can see it later on Litter Media YouTube, hear it on Litter Media Radio, and then it's on Spotify also as well.
Yes.
Okay. For Aaron Glandon and Dan Ramey, this is Mike Smith saying so long. We'll see you on Friday on Litter Media Live.